Hi students, Mr. Metelsky here, and this video will help you find the slope-intercept equation of a line given 2 points that fall on the line. If you take a look, I have at the top of the slide the slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And keep in mind that the m stands for our slope, and the b stands for our y-intercept, or the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. Now, our first question says, what is the equation for the line that passes through the points 3, 4, 5, 8? So if you look, I color-coded the x's are red, so 3 would be x1 and 5 will be x2. And the y values are blue, so that would be y1 and y2. So because we are given 2 points, the first thing we're going to do is find the slope between those points. So we're going to have to use our slope formula, which is the change in y, which is y2 minus y1, over the change in x, which is x2 minus x1. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug those values in where they belong. And I like to draw my framework out, so I put my fraction bar and my minus signs in there right away. So y2 minus y1, well, y2 is 8 and y1 is 4, the blue values. So we have 8 minus 4. In the denominator, the x values, we start with x2, which is 5, and then 3. So we have 5 minus 3. Take a moment to simplify. 8 minus 4 is 4, and 5 minus 3 is 2, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that's one of our pieces to our problem. Now the second part is finding the y-intercept value. And in order to do that, we're going to use one of the points, and it really doesn't matter which one. So I usually just use the first one because that's what's there. So I'm going to use 3, 4. And I'm also going to use the slope that we just calculated, which is 2. Now I'm going to label the 3 as our x value and the 4 as our y value. And what I'm going to do then, because I have 3 pieces of information, I'm going to plug those pieces of information into our y equals mx plus b equation. So instead of y, I'm going to plug in 4 because that's the coordinate value there. So it's going to be 4 equals, the m and the x are multiplying, so the m is 2 and the x is 3. And then I'm going to add b. Now I take care of the 2 times 3, so that'll be 4 equals 6 plus b. And we have to get rid of the 6, so we're going to subtract it on both sides of the equation to get negative 2 equals b. Now, if you take a look, we have both of the parts that we needed here. We have the slope and we have the y-intercept. So our final step is going to be to take y equals mx plus b and substitute the m with our value from down here, which is 2. And then substitute the b with our value right here, which is negative 2. Now, this is technically correct, however, it's plus a negative 2. It just makes more sense for us to clean it up and make it look like y equals 2x minus 2. Okay, that was our first example. So in summary, just remember, label the points, find the slope. Pick a point and use the slope to plug it into the y equals mx plus b equation. Solve for b, and then finally substitute into the overall equation to find the slope-intercept form. All right, let's check out another example. All right, here we go. It says, what is the equation for the line that passes through the points 4, 5, and 8, 3? So again, we're going to label x1, y1, x2, y2. Find the slope. Y2 minus y1, so we do 3 minus 5. And in the denominator, we do x2 minus x1, which is 8 minus 4. Take a moment and simplify. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. 8 minus 4 is 4. And if we simplify that fraction, 2 goes into both the numerator and denominator, so we get negative 1 half. So that's our first important value. Next up, we pick a point. I like to use the first point, so 4, 5. We also use our slope, which is m equals negative 1 half. And we plug into our equation y equals mx plus b. Remembering that our 4 and our 5 are the x and y values here. All right, here we go, folks. So the y is now 5. So 5 equals the slope, which we calculated to be negative 1 half, times x, which is 4, plus b. Now this time we have to multiply negative 1 half times 4. So we have a fraction in there, which is perfectly fine. So we think half of 4 is 2, and a negative times a positive is negative. So we have negative 2 plus b. We have to isolate the b or get it alone, so we're going to get rid of the negative 2 by adding 2 to both sides. 5 plus 2 is 7. The 2's cancel, and we get b. So now we have the second part of our ingredients for the slope-intercept equation. So here we go. Y equals mx plus b. So y equals the m we got to be negative 1 half times x plus the b we got to be 7. So we have y equals negative 1 half x plus 7. And this time we don't need to rewrite anything because we don't have plus and negative. All right, good luck as you work through solving for the equation of a line given 2 points.